Dad. I'm your son, Stephen. That's the third one, by the way, after Damien. Just to confirm, it is me. Now, you were asking about how to hold a guitar or ukulele, in your case. And you said you were having some difficulty reaching all of the bits. I presume you meant reaching sort of upwards, unless you meant sort of widthwards. But I presume you meant. And so the most important thing, especially because Mum's having, steroids in her arm for the carpal tunnel, the most important thing is how to hold it. We didn't have much time, not this Christmas, last Christmas, to talk about how to do it. But basically, you take your floppy arm. Oh, stop it! Ooh, turn it into a bit of a puffed up arm. Ooh, and then rotate that 180 degrees. And that's the sort of position you should be taking with your guitar, ukulele. So there should be no difficulty in reaching any part of it, really. If you've got your hand in the right position behind it. What you'll find if you're straining is probably because you're not doing this first most important part, which is, as I say, floppy, puffed her arm, turn it 180 degrees, and that's the position that your arm should be in when behind the neck of the ukulele. Speaking of neck, what you probably want to try and do is try and keep your thumb on the back of the neck at all times. And if you're doing that, then you're probably on course for the right sort of position to where you should be holding it. You might see people doing this, and you'll start straining. You want to be relaxed. It's playing an instrument's hard, but not typically for the reasons that are going to cause you to get under sort of muscular strain. So yeah, thumb, back of the neck, wrist drops round, elbow round here like this. Depends how you're playing it as well. You don't want it. Yeah, we're the Beatles. Yeah, we just have fun. You want it at a sort of reasonable position for your right hand. Your right hand's less important in regards to this, because it's the left hand. And this is a bit odd, is that we're sort of 90% right-handed, but for instruments like the bass, the ukulele, the guitar. Yeah, anyway. I found for quite a while just swapping finger positions like this. It gets better over time. And that's just muscle memory. It'll eventually come to your brain, especially if you stop yourself every time you get it wrong. You say, no, back to the beginning. So that's that in terms of hand positioning. Hope that helps. Quick side note, because what you might have seen is people doing this. They're really rocking out with their guitar. What they might be doing, they're either bullshit artists and they don't know what the fuck they're doing, or they might actually be quite good, in which case what they're doing is muting the E string and the A string potentially. So if I do put my thumb over those, this causes my whole wrist angle to change. You don't get any note. Whereas if I put my thumb in the correct position, use just the E string. The bassist in me always gets carried away. I don't like playing the guitar that much because it's just so. I prefer the bass. Anyway, so there's only one song I can think of that I can play ish, which uses an example of this, which uses this chord here. Might be an A major, A. And that's where you do have to mute the E string because you're too. How are you going to do that otherwise? You're not going to be able to do it with those two fingers. You need these two down here. So the thumb has to come around the back of the neck to do so. So to show you in how that would work would be something like, it's from Polly by Nirvana. There we go. Okay, got it. We don't got it. I'm not very good at the guitar, but it's this chord here. And if I don't have my thumb on there, it'll sound like this. You can hear that E in. It's not correct, whereas compared. That's what it should sound like. That's the only time really that your thumb should be anywhere near the strings. For the rest of the time, back of the neck, turn like a pufter, and you shouldn't have any trouble. If there's something in terms of stretching side to side, yeah, as I say, I think your hands are probably about as big as mine, width-wise. I don't mean your sausage fingers, I mean just in terms of stretch. There shouldn't be any problem at all. But yeah, hope that helps. Cheers. It's quite fun to get the guitar out again.